Now I love Mondays. Mondays are working for me.
Now I want to start by saying a big thank you to the patrons and the channel members. Thanks to those guys, I've upgraded my microphone. Now I know what the comments are going to say. It sounds the same. This is objectively a better microphone. It doesn't sound the same. You're not funny. You're not clever. This is a better microphone. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry that I've been absent for the last week or so. I hit my head, and when I did so, I bit my tongue really hard, and it swelled up, and it's been really painful and really hard to talk. Here's a clip from me trying to talk the other day. At the moment, I find myself somewhat incapacitated. But I'm all good now. I might sound like I've got a slight lisp every now and then, but my tongue's still healing. It'll be fine. I've got a banger for you today. Almost everyone will find themselves jobless at one point or another. Maybe the company you work for collapsed. Maybe you got yourself a job and it wasn't quite what you were looking for. Or maybe you just didn't quite get the brief. Now, there is no shame in being unemployed unless you happen to tell someone else that you're unemployed, in which case you'll find out that there is a lot of shame in being unemployed. But maybe you're not unemployed. Maybe you're just looking for a change of scenery, a little change of career. Maybe you want to swap from one soul-crushing office into another slightly different soul-crushing office. Maybe this one has slightly better air conditioning. I don't know. Well, there's only one place to go. Job sites. I've sank more time into scouring job sites than I have the entire Elder Scrolls series. I've even spent more time looking through job sites than I have spent time being single. Okay, that's not true. Yes, the job site, the perfect place to look for a vocational outlet. That is, as long as you're okay with being either a HGV driver or a barista. It would appear they are the only two jobs left in the universe. You're going to have to settle for one of them. And I understand that even Western society is just one big pyramid scheme with all of the poor people working in retail at the bottom, serving mediocre coffees to all of the CEOs sat comfortably on the top. And of course, we've got the good old US of A to thank for the drive-through. So, if you have a hankering for a Big Mac and happen to earn more than $20,000 a year, you can rest assured knowing that you'll spend minimal time in actual contact with poor people. I'm getting a little bit off topic now. What we're talking about job sites. Yes, job sites. Fish 4, job site, CV library, Indeed, total jobs. The list goes on and on. It would appear that there are more job sites than there are actual job vacancies these days. And one has caught my eye in particular this week, read.co.uk. Now, I'm not sure if this is available outside of the UK, but anyone living inside the UK will have heard of Reed. And if you do live in the UK and you haven't heard of Reed, then that might actually help to explain this current marketing strategy. Let's take a little look, shall we?
Catch me smiling when you look my way. Yeah, I'm back on course now. It's a whole new day. Now I love Mondays. Mondays are working for me.
Okay. Now, you might already see where I'm going with this. This is an advertisement for a job site, and they went with a musical number about loving Mondays. Yes, well, this is about as close as we'll get to 1940s propaganda in the modern day. A musical number about loving Mondays. Are you serious? You're fucking unemployed, you stupid bitch. I don't know if Reed are quite aware of their demographic. They seem to think that people scouring these job sites look like this, when in actuality, we look like this. I would also like to point out to anyone living outside of the UK that no, we don't have quirky little pink buses like this. In fact, outside of London, we don't even have buses that look like this. This is what the majority of the UK cruise about on, and whew, isn't she a beauty? The smell of piss, cigarettes, and the mild possibility of being stabbed. Now, if that isn't the English dream, I don't know what is. And you gotta love the first zany character we meet in this advert. Superfluous bald man on a moped pointing. I'll give it to him though, that's a great point he's got there. That is a professional gesture, if ever I've seen one. He was up all night the night before looking in the mirror, like, whew, this is it, Steve. This is your big chance. Just nail that point, and it's only up from here. Hollywood, here I come. The day comes. Steve knocks it right out of the park with this first finger flourish. It's a 10 out of 10, Stevie boy. And just look at that smile. He knows he's killing it. Once again, to any of you that live outside of the UK, and if you do happen to find yourself over here, please don't think for a moment that you can leap off buses singing musical numbers. The locals will not point at you and smile saying, ha, get a load of this guy. No, this will vastly increase your chance of being stabbed. Don't do it. I got to give props to whoever was in charge of the lighting and the colour grading, because even in the height of summer, I have never seen colours like this in England. This has to be like one of the, like Friends. You know how Friends was like, it's made to look in New York, but it was actually filmed in like a studio in LA. This was made to look like it was filmed in England, but going off the radioactive summer hues, I can only imagine this was actually filmed on the surface of Venus.
Now I love Mondays. Mondays are working for me. I can be the person that I wanna be. Now that I'm certain, my Mondays are working for me.
Now, I don't know what poor musician that you found on Fiverr and hired to write and record this song, but that poor bastard. I'm going to go ahead and say even he got paid a little bit too much for this.
Now I love Mondays.
Okay, great. You can't stop smiling because it's Monday. Fabulous. Good for you. But that's only half the story. What happens on the Tuesday? You curly-haired fuck. If you're going to dance around all happy because it's Monday, we want to see the Tuesday too. We want to see you sobbing in the bath, slowly lowering the toaster. No, not going to show us that, are they? Look at all the anamorphic lens flares. This isn't a Jason Bourne movie. You're not a film student who loves the Smiths. Like, why are you trying to make it look so cinematic? This is so stupid. If you really pay attention to all the extras dancing in the background, they're killing the game. They are killing. Just take a look at rotund woman in a yellow jacket. Look at that kick. And of course, this being corporate advertising, everyone's got that hostage smile. You know the one. The teeth are all very happy, but the eyes are screaming out for help. Please help me. I would also like to point out that this video has 1.7 million views and only 116 likes. That's a weird ass ratio. I mean, I guess it's because it's being run as a YouTube ad, so I guess people wouldn't necessarily like it. And then, by far, the most disappointing thing is the fact that the comments are disabled. I wanted to see what people had to say about this, but no. Come on. Everyone knows the best part about a video are the comments. Right? Like, comment, and subscribe if you're unemployed. The great irony of this video being that whosever idea this was to go with a weird dystopian musical number about loving Mondays probably needs to log on to Reed and find themselves a new job.
Find a job you'll love at reed.co.uk.
What you like? So quirky, always dancing into work. I'll go fall over, will you? Well, I think that's just about enough internet for today. Thank you for joining me for this video, and hopefully you can join me for my next that'll be coming out very soon. But in the meantime, subscribe, you little bitch. And I am now working with Raven Forge, the makers of my beautiful metal master sword. They've given me an affiliate link to begin with, so if you could please hit that first link in the description. Help me make a good first impression with these guys. You'll find a bunch of weapons from your favorite video games and movies. I personally endorse these guys. The quality for the price is insane. You will not be disappointed. But yes, if you could check out Raven Forge, top link in the description, I would be much appreciative. Thank you guys. And as always, a big shout out to my top tier members: Pozobon, Flunky, Jax, Brennis, Gindra, Cost, Texas Lawman, Infinite Dum Dum, ATS, and we're welcoming David to the top tier. Allow me to knight you, Sir David of Law. Welcome to the top tier, my friend. Tier 2, Steve the Goat, Dr. Melsky, Said, MG, Virgil, Kuno, Sako, Mark, Maiden, Sensei, Fang, Hadziu, Michael, Terpia, Yarmuch, Mendicant Bias, Dagger D69, nice, Michael, Saint Nemo, and we're also welcoming Jason Coward and Ken to Tier 2. I knight you both, Sir Jason and Sir Ken of Law. Welcome to the second tier, and a big thank you, of course, to all of the Tier 1 members and the channel members as well. Once again, thanks to you guys. I've updated the microphone, which is better than the last one, regardless of what any of you have to say. But yeah, thanks to you guys, I can provide a better product for everyone who watches my videos. So thank you very much on behalf of myself and everyone who enjoys my videos. Thanks, guys. And yeah, take care of yourselves. And there we go. Another day, another video. Will you join me for my next one? You better do. You little bitch. But until then, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.